You don't believe in yourself. Not because you're lazy, not because you're weak, but it's because you haven't built enough proof to believe in yourself. You keep saying, I'll start believing in myself when I see the result. But the truth is, you'll only start seeing results once you start acting like someone who actually believes in themselves. When I first started training, I didn't really believe I could actually change my body. I was showing up, lifting weights, eating right, and everything. But deep down, I didn't believe that I would be one of those guys that is actually strong, lean, and confident. I couldn't see that for myself. I look at myself every day in the mirror, and because I didn't see instant progress or instant changes, I would always think I couldn't be that person. And that thought, that quiet voice in your head, kills more dreams than failure ever will. Because the moment you stop believing in yourself is the moment you stop giving your full effort. And here's the thing, self belief isn't built on words, it's built from evidence. You keep telling yourself, I want to be more confident, but your actions don't match what you are saying. You wake up late, you scroll for hours on your phone, you skip workouts, and then you wonder why your confidence doesn't grow. Your brain isn't dumb, it sees what you are doing. And every time you break a promise to yourself, it tells your brain that you will never follow through with what you said you were going to do. And that's why you don't believe in yourself. Your identity hasn't caught up with your goals. Let me explain it like this. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. If you keep seeing yourself as the guy who isn't confident, who won't be consistent, guess what? That's what your actions will show. Your actions will be like a person who isn't confident, who isn't consistent. And when I used to doubt myself, it wasn't because I didn't have potential. It's because I still saw myself as a skinny guy not making progress. Even when I started lifting heavier, I started improving, I started eating better, I still didn't see myself as that person. But once I started seeing myself as an athlete and not just someone who goes to the gym, guess what? I started becoming more like an athlete. I started eating better. I started becoming more consistent. I started training more. And that shift in identity created belief. So, how do you build belief? You need to have proof. And no, I'm not talking about big goals every week or reaching PRs every single week. It's those small, undeniable goals or wins that you get yourself every single day or every single week. For me, it started when I was tracking everything. Every set, every rep, every workout routine, everything I was eating. When you see progress, even if it's small, your brain starts to say, okay, maybe I can do this. It's the same thing with gratitude journaling. When I started doing it every single morning, I didn't realize how powerful it would actually be. I stopped seeing the negativity or the negative side of everything that I was doing. And I was focusing more on the positive things that I was doing, the things that I was grateful for. And that slowly rewires your brain to stop doubting and actually start appreciating your effort. Even something as small as telling yourself, I'm proud of myself for showing up today. That makes a difference. Every day you stack these small wins, you're building a library of proof to show your brain that you can actually achieve this goal that you have set for yourself. And you need that internal validation first. You have to stop looking for validation from other people, from social media, from likes, from your friends, what you see on the internet. You have to stop looking for validation in those areas because none of it matters if you don't give yourself credit. When I stopped talking negatively about myself, everything else shifted into place. Because think about it. If you had someone talking all these negative things about you to your face, would you still be friends with this person? Now you're doing the same thing to yourself. So why would you let that voice live rent free in your head? You have to become your own coach, your own motivator, not your own bully. So instead of asking, why don't I believe in myself? Start asking, what can I do today to prove that I'm becoming the person that I want to be? That's how belief is built, through daily proof, not empty motivation. So let's break it down into something actionable. A simple 3-step loop to build belief. Action first. Do the work, even if it's messy, even if you're not ready. Just do action first. Proof second. Track what you did, the small progress you made, what you ate, how much you lifted. Your brain needs the evidence, not the inspiration. And then identity last. Once you start stacking proof, you no longer say to yourself, I'm trying to be fit. You say to yourself, I am someone who trains. You have that identity shift. The more you repeat this loop, the stronger your self-belief becomes. When I wasn't seeing results in the gym, I started doubting everything: my routine, my plan, what I was eating, myself, my genetics. I started doubting everything. But when I gave myself 6 months and I looked back to where I started, that's when I saw that I was actually making progress. I could see a clear difference in who I was and who I am now. And that's when it clicked. It's not that I wasn't improving, it's that I wasn't patient enough to let the results show themselves. Self belief works the same way. You don't feel it at first, you earn it slowly through repetition, through repeating it every single day. So here's what I want you to do this week. Step one is pick one habit that builds your identity. That could be journaling every day or even tracking your workouts consistently. And step two is do it daily, no matter how small. And then lastly, step three, at the end of the week, look at the proof that you have collected. Don't judge it, just see it. See the proof that you have collected over this week. Because once you start seeing the results, the proof, you stop relying on motivation. You don't need to find self belief, you have to build it. Every rep you track, every promise you keep, every time you show up consistently for yourself, even when you don't feel like it, that's rewiring your identity. Belief isn't a feeling, it's a habit. You become the person you want to be by pushing through the times you want to quit.